What is this goddamn thing? It's a Circle K or Shell?
Shell.
I've never had Shell coffee. This is crazy because I'm not a trucker.
So it comes out of a nice machine.
Does it? You're rocking a Yankees hat? Damn, dude, be careful. People don't like it.
Really?
Mic's on, yeah. Oh, dude, I wear my Yankees hat. People are like, "Fuck you, dude."
Yeah, it's
Fucking-
classic, right? Until
fucking
Jay-Z
Yankees
went
fan.
and started banging guys. He made the Yankee hat more famous than the Yankee game.
Jay-Z did make that hat cool, which is now it's like
I like the red one, the Spike Lee. Even though Spike Lee he's kind of just a little bit of a nut chugger, I think. But I do like the red one.
be prepared for the smoke, man. I got in a road rage incident. This guy like veered right up next to me, and I was wearing a Yankees hat. He's like, "Of course you're a fucking Yankees fan." I'm like, "I'm not though. Like I just like the hat."
Do you think the Yankee haters do they rival like the woke crew, or they're just, you know what I mean? Like, because you can get attacked by so many different types of people.
No, I just think everybody
Hates the
feels
Yankees,
a type of way when you're wearing a Yankees hat. Like,
unless
they're like,
you're
"Get that shit off, man."
unless you're in New York.
Yeah, of course. But like other than that, they're like, "Get that shit off." Like I posted an Instagram
Yeah,
and I'm standing in the ocean in full clothing. It's obviously a joke. It's very obvious it's a joke. And people were still commenting like, "Lose that fucking hat, bro." Like they're very upset about the Yankees hat.
are we live?
Yep.
This is a hockey show. You know what I wanted? I wanted to come in here and because you texted me earlier. We played tennis and we kind of did some different things, worked out, whatever. And I went to a place that I like to go to. It's called Solid Core. Talked about it a little bit before, but isn't it funny? Like I was working out probably the hottest chick I've ever worked out
Today?
yeah. And isn't it funny? Like dudes will literally brag about working out next to hot chicks.
Yeah.
Like I wasn't gonna like say anything to her, but I'm gonna come in here and tell you, like, yeah, I was working out next to a hot chick. Like dudes will literally go out of their way to brag about seeing hot chicks out. Do they say anything to them? Absolutely not. But just bragging about seeing a hot chick is pretty cool.
And I like get excited about that.
Yeah.
Like if you walk in here and you said, "Yo, I worked out next to the hottest chick," I get excited. I'm like, "That's fucking awesome."
I was so pumped.
Like how hot?
10.
Really?
Yeah.
See, I wish I can go to
Fake
places
set.
like that. Fake set,
Yeah.
nice. Like the full Scottsdale starter
Tattoo,
kit.
like a little tattoo,
Where was it?
just like on the back of her.
Oh, I love when
Trap.
chicks have that.
We were doing like we were using the cables and we were doing some delts and
Yeah.
different shoulder exercises, and I saw that tattoo.
Did you guys lock eyes at all?
Yeah, well, I was working on the machine. There was me and there was a machine open between us on a reformer, and then she was on the last one. And my cables kind of like snapped off at one point. So the instructor came over and she directed me to the machine right next to her. So now we were right next to each other and we were doing these kind of like fly movements, and our arms were getting pretty close to each other.
Mm.
I was so pumped.
Would you ever consider hitting her on purpose, like a little nudge to start a conversation, or do you not do that?
It crossed my mind, but it's a pretty intense class. So at the same time, I want to show that I'm dialed into this 50-minute session. So I didn't want to get too flirtatious.
You want to show her who daddy is.
Right. But it's just more the thought of just working out next to a hot chick, and now I can talk about it for at least a week. It's pretty cool.
Yeah, those are the best stories though.
Yeah.
Like whenever someone tells me they had a super hot flight attendant, I get pumped. I genuinely get happy for them. Even though nothing happened.
Right.
She said, "Do you want the Biscoff cookie?" You said, yeah. Do you want anything to drink? Water's fine. But the fact that she was hot, like I'm stoked for my boy.
Yeah, that's the coolest part, is especially when you're at a restaurant too, right? A waitress or a bartender. You feel a different type of connection with them, even though you might not even know their first name.
Oh, for sure. Like when I get a male waiter, there's nothing worse than that. There's nothing worse than that. Like I don't want a dude bringing me my food.
No.
Like come on. Like it's just so gay.
It's so gay. And to take that even a step further is when you're getting a massage. I don't know how dudes like getting massaged by dudes. I refuse.
Dudes like that?
Yeah, there's guys that play in the NHL or buddies are like, yeah, I got a massage guy. I go, guy? You get massaged by a dude. They're like, yeah, he's really good. You want to go see John next week? No, I'm out.
No, because why is the other guy? Why is he doing that? Like, it's not for the love of the practice.
Love of the tug.
If you're a guy that massages other dudes, like other pro athletes, your clientele, there's a reason why you're picking that.
Well,
right?
it's just
I'm
there's
not saying all massage therapists are predators, but I'm
Right.
saying why would you want to stroke a dude's body all day?
yeah. Why would you want to get deep tissue in different places where there's going to be weird eye contact? There's going to be
Mhm.
times in that massage where you have to roll over and maybe pinch his nipples while he kind of gets into your butt cheeks. It's just
Wait, what do you mean?
well,
Why would you?
because
Why
if
would
you're
you?
going to get a full flush and he turns you over and you're on your back, and say you're a hockey player and you have to get into that glute, he's going to have to really dig in there.
No, but why would he touch your nipples?
Well, he might just say that, like, "Hey, can you just go overhead and kind of
Like
reach?"
raise your nipples.
Yeah, but like you might have to grab his nipples because you're just like he's like stretch your arms as far as you can because I got to get into your AC joint, and then he's at the top of the bed, and all of a sudden you hit his nipples.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't.
You know what I
like that.
mean?
Why would his shirt? Is his shirt off? His shirt's not off, right?
He might. Yeah.
No.
I don't know. I mean, theoretically, it's on.
When I was playing for the Boston Bulldogs, they sent me to a massage therapist, and I was walking towards the door, and the guy like came out first, like he was waiting for me in there.
Yeah.
And he goes, "I could tell by the way you're walking that you're misaligned."
Yeah.
And I said, "Dope." And then we went in and did the massage, and I had like a towel on, but it was kind of small. And he was like, "So I've always had a hip flexor problem," and he was like getting kind of close to my balls, dude.
Yeah.
And it made me really uncomfortable. I never went back, but then my teammate loves them.
So do you think they're dating or were?
I don't know if they're dating, but my instincts were like, I'm not going back to this guy. I felt very uncomfortable.
Yeah. See, the thing is I like going to a female masseuse, and then I actually like wearing my boxers in there. And
But-
then she says, "Oh, you can take those off. Now that's hot." You know what I mean? She's
Yeah,
like,
but you can't go like full Deshaun though. She has to say it first.
yeah, but most places are like, you should just go in there absolutely nude. I like to go in there and present boxers, and then she says, "Take them off," and then she pulls them down, and you kind of feel them go down past your knee. It's pretty hot.
Are we talking about like a Thai royal massage or like when you were in the league?
I'm talking about a sports massage. Yeah, just not Thai.
You go full no clothes for a sports massage?
Yeah, absolutely. And see, I didn't.
How do you not get a like? Do you get a boner?
You might. Yeah, you might get a Tiger Woods.
That's crazy. This is a hockey show.
This is a hockey show, by the way, folks. A lot of stuff going on in the league.
Yeah, my mom
Besides
was
boners.
Yeah, my mom was always telling me to get massages. I had like a problem with my shoulder and stuff. And I don't know. I just didn't want to be touched by a guy. And a lot of them are dudes for the sports
Yes,
ones.
they are.
Yeah.
It's hard to find a good one. And I used to have this gal in Minnie who was unbelievable. Used to work with the Vikings. And she told me the story of how
She a lesbian?
back in the day, no, married twice.
Okay.
Happily, now this time, as a kid. But she used to work with the Vikings back in the day, and they famously traded for Brett Favre. And one time when Favre was hurt and the team was on the road, she stayed back to massage Brett. And she was telling me that he was basically just trying to bang her through a text message to come over to his place, saying like, "My wife's out of town. I'm already naked on the table. You can just come in and we can get this thing done." I'm laying actually on the kitchen counter.
There's just no upside for her though. Is she getting paid overtime by the team at least?
Well, that's when she had to step in and report it to
Yeah.
HR.
Brett Favre,
Brett Favre's one of the horniest guys ever, aside from the
sure.
copper fit stuff he does. But
yeah, for sure. There's this wedding I got kicked out of that. I don't know if I've ever brought it up, but at my table at the rehearsal dinner, somebody's husband was in the same class as him in Mississippi.
Yeah.
And said the same thing. Like all he liked to do was fight guys in the bar, and he'd be fighting dudes like 10 years older than him, and then try to fuck anything.
Yeah. Fuck, fight, or hold the light.
That's a lot of testosterone. Like I don't even know how guys get that horny.
I mean, yeah,
It's a hockey show, by the way.
This is a hockey show, by the way. But yeah,
Are we live?
We might be live. But the thing with Favre is not only he wasn't scared to send a dick pic too on an LG flip phone, which is pretty cool. I mean, he was trying to send that to the sideline reporters and then trying to bang cheerleaders to masseuse, and all while having a wife at home.
Yeah, just firing it out on LG.
Yes.
Like that, like not even that great quality either.
No, you could not hold to see in 4K.
No, it looks like a
It looks like a Tetris board.
Yeah.
Like you're playing Minesweeper.
Yeah.
Back in the day.
Yeah, Brett Favre he also stole millions of dollars from the state of Mississippi too.
Well, he wanted to build a volleyball facility without his money.
Kind of kind of not the right thing to do, but
Right. This is a hockey show.
yeah, this is the hockey show, everybody. Welcome into the chat. If you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button right freaking now. Hit that subscribe button right now.
Yeah, like, subscribe, and again, as always, Bob, after we post this, go comment.
Yes.
On YouTube. We're going to give away a chin hat for the last episode. We're going to pick the best comment. We'll announce the winner when we get our stuff in. That'll hopefully be at the end of the week, and we will announce who it is going to, the lucky man or girl, because there's always chicks in the chat.
Yeah, there are chicks in the chat. And by the way, get that chat fired up. When I have kids one day, I'm going to go live. We're going to go live, and I'm going to be like, I'm going to tell them, you guys better get that chat fired up.
Yeah.
I'm going to tell them, all you, Swish and I are going live in the basement.
Yep.
You better fire up that chat.
Right.
We're not going to Disney World.
No, we're not going to Disney World. And don't tell your mom this, but I'm going to say it in front of all these people listening. I used to fuck a lot of chicks.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, don't tell your mom my body count, but it's really high.
Don't tell your mom this, but she wasn't the first girl I thought about marrying.
Ooh, I've heard that one before. That's always a classic.
You know?
Yeah. Do you think you'll have secrets with your kid? This is a hockey show. We'll get to the hockey shit in a second. We'll get to the fucking what's gonna happen with JT Miller? Oh my god, are the Bruins are they gonna sign Swayman? But do you think you're gonna have a bond with your kid where you're like telling them like, don't tell your mom, but
don't tell your mom, but
because then you gotta trust your kid.
Here's a joint.
But then you got to trust your kid that he's not going to tell your mom.
Walker, Texas Ranger, you're in 6th grade, but here's a joint. And then he tells your mom, and then now you get to call him a pussy.
You kind of got to.
That's which is cool too. Which is cool too, because now I can ridicule my kid.
Yeah, but you got to test your own kid.
Yeah, you got to
really do.
Chin. Yeah,
you got to almost lie to him a little bit, or not lie to him, but put him in situations.
Yeah.
Give your kid a joint. He's 6 years old. Say, don't tell mom, and see if he holds his word. And then when you guys get older and you start talking about pussy with them, then you can tell them about how you went to Cabo. And, you did coke off this girl's rack for the first time.
Yeah, wait till 8th grade, I would say, for those type of chats.
For sure. Yeah, it's got to be.
Because it has to happen before high school, because you think, the way these kids are doing drugs these days, you got to inform them.
Oh, dude, 4-year-olds are going to be 69ing in 20 years because they just know everything now.
They're ahead of the curve.
Yes, it's disgusting.
Everything's on TikTok.
What's that?
Everything's on TikTok.
Everything. I didn't even find out. I didn't even know anything about. I didn't even know like what tits looked like till I was 21.
No, I saw my first pair of tits and I was like, wow. Last time I saw a set like that was probably in biology on page 52.
I actually saw my first pair of tits in Miami.
Really?
Yeah, I was like 14 or 15. I was a late bloomer, man.
Are you talking about tits in person or just
in person?
Okay,
in
yeah,
person.
Yeah.
So I was sitting in the water. And 2 topless girls. And I actually think to this day, it's the reason why I prefer Latina women, not just because white girls suck. 2 Latina girls with their tits out, topless, just walked along the beach.
Yeah.
First time I ever saw tits.
That's always a good feeling.
Yeah, no, it was really cool. I remember. It's like a core memory I still to this day. I remember like kind of what they look like almost.
The first time you see tits and touch them, you're like, wow, this is pretty cool.
Yeah, it is really cool.
Banging chicks would be pretty cool.
It's
I'm not there yet, but like,
mm-mm.
Hopefully I get there one day.
Well,
like it keeps you in that dreamer's mindset as a curious kid at 13.
When's the first time you saw tits?
I don't know. I think it was probably
in person.
Yeah, 8th or 9th grade, probably.
I saw tits on an iPod Touch before I saw them in person. But anyway, 8th or 9th grade, that's pretty good.
Yeah, but they weren't like a fully developed set.
Like what happened?
It was just like a younger gal. You're hooking up.
But you're young.
Yeah.
So
I'm not.
Make that clear for the Subaru Forester.
I'm in 8th grade too.
Yeah. So what happened? Like what happened? Was it?
Yeah, I just
dating her.
No, I wasn't dating her. I remember I just got like she was an older girl. She was like a junior. I think it was a junior. I was going into my freshman year.
She was a junior. You were in 8th grade.
Yeah, I like just committed to Wisconsin. I had that steam. I had that clout at that time.
Oh my god, I never thought about that.
In a small town. And I remember I got pinned down like in a basement, and I actually like ended up kind of maneuver my way out of it because I didn't really know what was going on. It's not like she raped me, but she definitely knew it was she was experienced, and I wasn't.
Yeah,
like I theoretically probably could have got laid my first time right there, but I didn't know what to do.
So
I'd already probably come in my pants.
Oh, you did come in your
Yeah.
pants, and then you just pulled the parachute. You're like, I don't
Yeah,
know
I
what to
kind
do.
of just got out of it. Like I did a really good job of just kind of shadow boxing my way out of it, and then
shimmying out of it.
kind of just ran upstairs.
Okay. So I forgot, man.
I
you
still
did,
remember it like it was. She was like a white trash girl, kind of hot at the time, a little more butch, but definitely, looking back, should have done it.
for sure. White trash was in like the Avril Lavigne aura.
Yes, there were so many white.
I forgot. You must have had a lot of clout as a kid. Like you commit D1.
Yeah,
Like that must have been crazy, dude.
yeah. I mean,
I was like playing RuneScape, jerking it all day.
like North Dakota was always where I wanted to go, but Wisconsin came with an offer before anyone, and I was again 8th grade going into 9th grade that summer. I was like, I have to do this. Number one, to try to get laid, and number two, I'm gonna get that newspaper article,
for sure.
and all the chicks are gonna see it, which is pretty sweet.
You must have been a big deal. I never talked to you about this. Like committing D1 as a 14-year-old, all the 14-year-old chicks are probably like fucking trying to, I don't know if they were trying to suck yet, but they're trying to like at least kiss or maybe do it like a slow dance.
Yeah, they'd always try to come over in hot tub. We had a hot tub, which was huge.
That's huge as a kid.
So you just rotate them in.
Okay.
And, more or less you at that age, right? Everyone's got 3 or 4 girlfriends.
Yeah, the hot tub is a huge play. We used to have a hot tub up at I don't want to name his name, but Jamie's house.
Yeah.
And it was my first time ever realizing what a staple a hot tub is. To like a hot tub is like a gateway to pussy. Chicks love hot tubs, and then anytime we had chicks over, there's gonna be that one girl that's just like, "Oh my god, I want to take my top off."
Yes.
And we didn't even ask. There's just naturally one girl that hot tubs turn her on, and then it just became like a full-blown charade.
Hot tubs naturally make people horny.
Hot tubs are an endorphin. Or not an endorphin. Hot tubs are a aphrodisiac.
It's like oysters.
Yes.
Hot tubs, lube. There's a lot of different things.
Showers.
Outdoor
showers.
Swiss chocolates.
If you go on a vacation with
McFlurries.
McFlurries?
Yeah.
If you go on a vacation with like a situationship, which I don't recommend, and there's an outdoor shower in the hotel room, like she's going to want to date you.
Yep.
Right away. Outdoor showers, girls go nuts.
And they have that outdoor shower that has the bucket that releases the cold water. So if it has the bucket at the top, and then you can pull it down.
The Russian shower.
Russian shower, and then the cold water goes on you, and then you go back to the hot, and the next thing you know, you just grab her swimsuit, and she's right on your wrench.
Dude, we used to have Jamie's hot tub. We used to have so many people in that hot tub. It would be the next day. It would be completely brown.
That's disgusting.
Like, it was so nasty.
Oh.
But it's like because people's feet.
Why do people just get automatically horny when they go in? Is it just something about a swimsuit? Is it something about a thong bikini? Is it something about, for the ladies' side, a guy taking his shirt off and going in there with a tight swimsuit? Like what?
I don't know.
You know what I mean?
Just sucks though, because I've had boners in hot tubs with guys in them. Not just guys. Like there was girls in it too.
Right.
Like, the girls, they're like, "Oh, we want to take our tops off," and then I get a boner, but my boys are still in the hot tub.
Right.
So now I'm just like in this internal battle where I'm like, "This is gay, but it's also not."
Right.
Because there's naked girls in here.
But
I don't want to have a boner around my boys. You see where I'm getting at?
Yeah,
Like,
it's at that point it's a group therapy session is what it is. Because we have to talk this out, and then we have to decide, is this going to be a 1-on-1 game, or are we going to play 3-on-3, no back check, 3-on-3 out of the corner? Is it going to be a 2-on-1? Like there has to be some sort of notion in this symphony. Like it has, you know what I mean? Because there has to be a melody to what's going to happen here.
Yeah, because there's always like two guys trying to fight over one girl, and the one girl's showing interest to everybody, and then it kind of gets weird if you have like an insecure buddy.
Because there's always going to be one guy in that mix that no chick wants.
Yeah, he's maybe just getting no attention.
Right.
Like, I think I was that guy.
And that guy's always like the first guy naked.
Okay, I was not that guy.
Yeah. That guy's like, it's the guy that's initiating the hot tub that gets everyone in there usually.
Yeah.
That's the guy that probably is going to walk away empty-handed.
I know two guys that fit the description of what you just said. They were always the first ones to get naked, and they never got any action from the ladies ever. No. One of them is actually gay now.
Oh, congrats to him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he didn't come out, but everyone knows.
Everyone knows he is.
Like, it's not a big deal. I mean,
no.
He should just come out. I would come out if I was gay. Like, dude, don't wait if you're watching this, don't waste your life. Just come out.
Yeah. I mean, it's short.
This is a hockey show.
This is a hockey show, but it is kind of cool for a guy to be straight on paper and then he's gay. Like, good for you, man.
It's just tough, man. It's just like, like growing up back in the day, they would just kick the shit out of you. Like, let's beat up the gay kid. Now it's like, dude, like put on a pair of capris, get your ears pierced.
Yeah.
Get that fucking
wear your lipstick.
Yeah, get that Miley Cyrus tattoo.
Right. Get that fake set.
Just go out of fake set. Normalize dudes getting fake sets. Welcome in, everybody. This is Hockey Night in Scottsdale. Goodbye, our merch at hockeynightInScottsdale.shop. That's actually out now, and we're gonna ship that shit real soon.
Yeah, we should have that again, probably to the people hoping next week. We might be going out of town this weekend, so if we're here, we'll package it up. If not, we'll get it to you next week. Again, that's at hockeynightInScottsdale.shop, folks. We always thank you for tuning in to hockey coverage you can't get anywhere else. And this is number one, a hockey show. And we've been talking a lot about hockey, and it's a lot of stuff going on out there. But before we get to and back to the hockey talk, Rob, I'm still in turmoil over this Cheesecake factory, man. I
think it's not a big deal.
I wanted to get on board with you. We went there in Chicago for our show. It went pretty well. I thought, you know what? This might be a thing we could start doing on the reg, going to the Cheesecake the night before. One of our new tradies, aka our traditions. But I don't know if I can get on board with it.
Why?
Frankly speaking, I don't think. I mean, listen, my order probably wasn't great. Those Buffalo Blasters were disgusting.
They were disgusting. I'll give you that. That is a mulligan. You can't judge Cheesecake Factory off one dish.
When they have 4,000 of them on the menu, that's fair. But at the same time, how do you fuck up a boneless wing? That was actually crazy. There's no chicken in those boneless wings.
Yeah, there was no chicken in those.
There was like we were cutting into them, and it was like fried on top of fried on top of fried. It was like triple fried.
I will give you that, but also it's still a rare. I wouldn't let that ruin your opinion on the Cheesecake Factory. Like, for example, there was not a disgusting, like, my opinion, my thoughts on Chili's have changed forever, but I had a situation where I had a thick hair in my sunrise burger and it changed my mind forever.
Well, don't be calling out Chili's like that, first of all. But Chili's is great. But
no,
Cheesecake, the omelet was fake eggs. If you're going to have that much shit on your menu, why don't you just cut it in half and do half of it right? Why do you have powdered eggs? Why do you have an all-day breakfast item?
Because it's
featuring powdered eggs. Like, that's disgusting.
So
that omelet was gross. That omelet was literally made in a microwave.
You shouldn't have ordered the omelet though, and the wings. That's a crazy order. It's ruining your palate is so confused.
It's not even about my palate. It's about the quality of the food.
So you would take Chili's. You would take Chili's over.
I would take Chili's
Cheesecake
every day of the week and twice on Sundays.
That's insane.
The vibes are immaculate. The chips are probably the best in the world. The queso is top 3.
The vibes are not immaculate at Chili's.
The fajitas are unbelievable. Have you ever had the fajitas at Chili's?
No.
Have you ever ordered the chicken and steak fajitas, the duo?
No, I haven't. But Chili's has
like Jordan and Pippen.
Chili's has like a funeral aura. And yeah, it does. It has a funeral aura, and not even like a funeral that you just have to be at, not to be polite. It's like a devastating funeral. That's the vibe of a Chili's.
You ever been to a Chili's in Rockford, Illinois?
No.
It'll be the most packed place in town next to the Cracker Barrel, and the vibes are immaculate. It's probably 4 guys with ankle bracelets on. It's a Hispanic family, and then just white trash folks literally coming by from the nearby duplex and trailer park.
Chili's literally is depression vibes. The waiter walks over, he blows vape smoke in your face. Cheesecake is an actual establishment. The high ceilings, the variety, and Cheesecake has sex appeal. All the dates going on in there.
Cheesecake,
it's hot.
Is one of the fakest, nicest places you'll ever see.
It's
not lipstick on a pig.
It's not. That's Chili's.
No, Chili's is. I'm walking in there. I'm like, okay, this is the NASCAR of chain restaurants.
I've seen a dead body in Chili's.
Have you ever been to Chili's? You actually can bring your own beer in there. As long as you don't bring margaritas, you can literally bring a cooler into Chili's and pull it up to the beer. And as long as you say, you know what, you can sell me this beer for $1 each, you can actually buy back your own beer for $1 in there. So it's an incredible just business model.
Yeah, but Cheesecake, like you walk into a Cheesecake and from start of the restaurant, you walk through, you hear different languages, you see people on dates, you see people eating cheesecakes. It's a sophisticated upper middle class establishment where I've never seen anyone unhappy in a cheesecake. I've seen people with guns in their mouth at Chili's.
Cheesecake Factory is like staying at the Embassy Suites.
No,
you go in
that's
there,
ridiculous.
you go in there, and the lobby looks okay. You check into the room, and it's actually really big. And this place looks okay. And then all of a sudden, there's a frozen rope of cum all over the carpet.
There's no cum. You're saying there's frozen cum in cheesecake?
No, I'm just saying it's dirtier
but
than
not
you think.
Chili's.
Their quality is just not there. It's just fake nice. It's a fake nice place. It's like literally just lipstick on a pig. You walk in there and you're like, oh, this place will actually be decent. Yeah, I had a decent experience. I got the tacos and the tortilla soup last time. It's actually going to be okay. And then I make an order like I did last time, and it was like, I never want to go back again.
Dude, but okay. First of all, I disagree with that. You go to Cheesecake. What happens when you sit down? They give you unbelievable bread. They give you 3 different types of bread. They give you butter. It's an experience. You walk into Chili's, like you just get coughed on.
Yeah, but you're going to be
you don't get anything.
You're going to be sitting next to a guy in the bar that has a Jeff Gordon t-shirt on. He has a Kenny Powers like handlebar mustache.
Yeah, but this has nothing to do with the food.
And then the food's going to be even better. The food, have you ever had the old timer burger? I know you're talking about the Sunrise burger.
Sunrise burger literally tasted like the chef sat on it with his bare ass.
Well, he might have. And that is part of the seasoning. Have you ever had the queso? Have you ever had the salsa? The chips are literally top 3.
I've had the chips.
The chips are great.
I've had the chips. I'll give you that. The
have
chips
you had
are good.
Have you had the chicken crispers? The chicken tenders with honey mustard and their fries are really good too.
No, I haven't. But picking the cheesecake, picking Chili's over the Cheesecake Factory is insane. There's a reason why Chili's are in airports and Cheesecake Factory isn't.
Even better.
Yeah, but I'm saying that there's a reason why. It's because it's for hopeless fat people.
If you put a Cheesecake Factory in an airport, you couldn't get all the supplies in every day. There's just too many fucking things on the menu.
Yes, and that's the beauty of the Cheesecake Factory. You can get whatever you want, everything. I'll give you this. The meal you got wasn't that good. What about our waitress at Cheesecake? She had good vibes.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know what she was smoking. I think it was synthetic weed or some K2, but yeah, I liked her. She's a nice girl.
I mean, she wasn't
like 17, 18 years old.
She was not 17.
She was young. 20.
I mean, I'm not saying I would try to bang her.
No, but I'm just saying
she was
a young, aspiring professional.
I thought she was probably like 24.
Yeah.
She was very jittery. She was very nervous.
I think she was all caffeinated up. Yeah, she was.
Wasn't she a little nervous?
So we were stoned, though.
Yeah, we were high as hell. But also, she came over at the end. This is a hockey show, too. We'll get to the JT Miller stuff in a second. We'll get to the McDavid suspension in a minute. But she came over at the end, and she was like, you guys are like really cool. Yeah. You remember that? Yes. And I was like, hell yeah.
I just think like it's like fake designer cheesecake. Like it's so knockoff. At least like Chili's knows what it is. Like Chili's knows it's ground and pound. It knows it's white trash. It knows it's middle America. It's Texarkana. It's just fucking in your face. Like just Midwest. Like just let's go eat some shitty stuff, some gooey stuff, and it'll stick into us. The Southwestern egg rolls. It'll just bottle us all up. Cheesecake, you go in there, it's like, wow, like I'm actually thinking I could get a decent meal here. But then it's like, well, no, you're not, because again, it's fake designer. They wow you with the big ceilings. They wow you with the big menu, and then everything is just it's mid.
I'm not saying that I'm not saying if every meal is good at Cheesecake, but
what do you think their number one thing they do have on their menu is? It's not the steak tacos.
Those aren't that bad.
They're not that bad, but I'm just saying that can't be the best option.
Chili's is, I mean, I would say like the chicken carbonara is good. They have every type of pasta. And the pasta's pretty good. I don't know about the burgers. The sliders are good. They have a lot of like shitty foods, like the cheeseburger taquitos. Yeah, those are good. Okay. I'm not saying they're good for you, but they have like an exotic selection.
Right.
It's exotic. Cheesecake is exotic.
Joe exotic.
Chili's is prison food.
Chili's, I just like that you can walk in there.
I know what you like,
but you're going to see with the guy with the wife beater on, and it's going to have a queso stain on it. I like that.
I know. I get what you're going for, but what I'm saying is that I think that putting Chili's above Cheesecake Factory because there'll be guys wearing NASCAR apparel at the bar is crazy.
Well, I still think the food is better though too.
No,
chat,
dude, that's insane.
I think the chat
is insane.
I think the chat will agree with me.
No fucking. What do they even have?
Dude, the fajitas are sneaky.
I've never had the fajitas, so okay. What else?
The fajitas are unreal.
What about the burgers? I had a burger, and there were so many pubes in my burger. I was watching the Cleveland Cavaliers Golden State Warriors championship in college. I ordered a Sunrise burger, and the amount of pubes in it
Well,
It was unbelievable.
you went to the one in Tempe, and that chef just so happened to get the lawnmower 400 delivered to his place, and he brought it to work that day.
So-
And he had to shave his bush right in the back. It's just the only place he could have done it. It happened to be right over your burger.
Some lady had a puppy, and this is not a joke. And it was on the bar, just chilling. Like, they don't care about the code, the health, the sanitary. A lady's puppy was just on the bar, like sitting down.
Well, as long as it's emotional support and she's drunk, she's going to need someone to cry to. So would you rather have her cry to the bartender, or would you rather have her cry to her lapdog?
I don't know, but remember we said we were gonna go out soon and like try to wheel chicks, which
Yeah.
we never do because we always like go out and just like we literally just talk like this and then go home. Should we try like a Chili's? Or do you think that's like too crazy?
I'm in. Are you saying a wheel?
Yeah.
No, but I would go there. There was a nice one off of Tatum, actually.
Yeah, I mean, I just don't know where Scottsdale's weird for babes. I know we talk about pussy every show. We'll get to the JT Miller incident in a minute, but everyone's either I don't even want to talk about this because we talk about it so much.
I think we got to try this Edda place.
When? Ladies' night? Oh, we might be going to Vegas, dude.
I know, but we might be back Saturday.
Oh, we will come back Saturday, you think?
Probably.
Oh my God, the camera's so dark in here.
Just want to stay in Nevada.
Yeah, no, I don't know. This is a hockey show. Shout out to the chat.
Shout out to the chat. What are we doing tonight? Chili's or Cheesecake Factory, folks?
Chef said Cheesecake Factory in 7. I completely
in 7.
I wouldn't say even 7. I would say like in 5.
Chili's in
Chili's in
5. Chili's in 5.
That's insane, bro.
Chili's in 5. They're gonna go steal 2 on the road. They're gonna come home. They're gonna whack them. They're gonna split at home, and then you know what? They're gonna win in 5.
What do you think about the McDavid suspension?
So I mean, come on, it's so bad for the league. What are you? What are they doing?
What are they doing?
3 games
over there.
Connor Garland is dry humping McDavid. Now, listen, all the keyboard warriors out there. McDavid started. Okay, if McDavid started or not, they could have blown the play dead after Garland ended up on top of him in doggy style, literally trying to finger bang his butthole. And then, you know what? McDavid feels that at that point, well, there's no whistle. I'm trying to score. I can't fight this guy. We're down 1. We're on the 6-on-5. I am boiling to this point up here. I have to take matters in my own hand. And I have to cross-check this guy right across his jaw. That's all he could do.
I liked it.
Because I love the play. And I love the play 2 nights before that in Minnesota where he did the old chin check on Johansson for the styrofoam chin. To me, how do you suspend these guys for 3 games? They're going to play each other again. I believe it's this week.
Oh,
and
really?
if you would have suspended them for 1 game, everyone would have been back for that following match in terms of like, you know, the rematch a week later.
Oh, I probably would have watched. Yeah.
And now these guys are going to sit 3 games because Georgie Peros feels the need to suspend them 3 games. 3 games is so much, especially for the best player in the world. It's like, what are you doing? Garland popped right back up. It's not like he was unconscious. It's not like he's severely hurt or he took out a front row of his teeth. To me, it's just bad for the game. It's just stupid.
Just give them fines, man. Like, give them fines, and then everybody's going to tune into the next game, like you said. But
Yes.
they don't know how to market, too.
They don't know how to market at all.
This is a hockey show, but
This is a hockey show, but at the same time, it's like, okay, now we make that a TNT game or a game on NHL Network or a nationally televised game down here in the U.S., not only in Canada, but they don't see it like that. And they see it like, you know, not every player is created equal. We have to keep them on the same playing field. Nobody's above the game. It's like this old hockey culture where, you know what, it's getting passed over. And really, like McDavid, like the whole thing could have been preventable if the ref would have just blown down the play.
Yeah.
And given them both penalties, Garland a penalty, or even just, you know, like I said, just give them both a penalty and they go into the box. But McDavid at that point felt like he needed to take it in his own arms, and fuck, that's what you get. Like, that's what happens when you just, the wires cross.
Yeah.
It's just stupid. Like, these guys, you could have set up a fucking rematch a week later with both these teams heated. I don't know. It's just stupid.
Yeah, it is just dumb, but you know, whatever. I mean, 3 games sucks for McStevens. Ovechkin's back. This is a hockey show. What's the chat want us to talk about when it comes to hockey? Anyway, girls in Scottsdale, everybody's married.
Yeah,
everybody's married. There's no chicks our age.
Yeah, I was talking to a chick that was married actually. She
recently.
She didn't mention it, but yeah, she's married. I was like, oh, because I saw her about a year ago. I actually saw her at a place we go to, you know, just in Scottsdale called Lucy's.
Wait, the one that gained all the weight?
No, not her.
Oh,
this is an older one. an old coug, probably 33. I saw her last year. I was sitting there with
An old coug 33.
I was sitting there with my sister, actually my brother and his gal, and I look up and she's like, Jordan. I'm like, oh, hey, what's up? She's like, no, nothing. I just was doing some Pilates right next door. I'm like, oh, nice. She's like, how you doing? I'm like, doing good. How you doing? She's like, well, I got married. I go, when?
No way.
And I said, oh, congrats. And so yeah, but yeah, she was firing me up a couple days ago,
That's cool.
which is cool. Just checking in, like good friends do that have whacked.
Yeah, that's oh. Yeah, that's cool, man. That's cool.
So she's probably, by all accounts, probably is doing well with it. It sounds like that marriage is going well. If you're sliding into a DM on Saturday at 12:19 in the morning.
Oh, she DM'd you?
Yeah, but I went first.
Oh, you did first.
Yeah. But still got a response.
Yeah, that's always the best. Sometimes I get drunk. I've been getting drunk recently and DMing Lisa Ann.
That's cool.
Yeah, well, she follows me, so I'm like,
what does she respond?
She'll throw me a like.
Is she still
used to respond?
Is she still practicing, or is she?
No, she does a ton of other shit. She like talks about like sports and stuff. Like she's
Really?
on the radio and does her podcast or whatever. I was like absolutely shit faced out of my mind. Not last year, but the year before.
Mm-hmm.
And I had an extra ticket to the Rangers game. I was going with my brother. And I was like, should I just invite Lisa Ann? She follows me. Like I have access to DM her. I don't bother her. Like I don't go crazy. I'm not like that. But I offered it to her and she responded and she's like, oh, I have a Christmas party I have to go to. And I was like, damn it. Could you imagine how funny it would be? Me, my brother, and Lisa Ann sitting in the lower bowl at MSG.
talking about RuneScape, and
I would have been so nervous. Yeah, my brother and I would have been talking about RuneScape the whole time.
That's pretty cool though. You should honestly, yeah. I mean,
we should get her on.
Does she still produce adult films, or is she like out of that game?
No, I don't think so.
Okay. Well, good for her.
No, she's like a down to earth person. One time she like told me that
most are.
This is years ago, but she told me that actually, I think it was a picture of my podcast. She was watching it.
Really?
Yeah. Because I put her on the top 10 athletes list of all time. That's how this all started.
Right.
So I have a very rigid list, and she made the cut. I think it was like 3 years ago.
Yeah.
And I think I removed Jake Paul and put her on, and she caught wind of it. And then she followed me, and that's how that started. But yeah, I don't go full Del Zotto and like spam the shit out of her or anything. Just every now and then I just check in once every, year and a half.
Yeah. Yeah. That's cool. I mean, you have to be down to earth or down to bang to be in that industry.
Yeah, it's got to be a rough industry, dude.
Yeah, no pun intended.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Yeah,
no pun intended. Right, dude. Oh, dude, I don't want to talk about pussy the whole time. It's a hockey show, but isn't it weird when you have to find out what like a new chick likes?
Yeah,
you can just ask them, but it's like, okay, let's say they want to get thrown through the headboard. So do I do that every time, or just when you're in the mood?
Right. Or when you're drunk, or when you're high and drunk, or when you're in the mood, or when you're thinking about your ex, but you're mad at him. So now you're coming over to here to get that treatment. I don't know. There's a lot of different things. I mean, it's
a lot to learn, man.
That's the beauty of life, is learning, though.
Yeah, it is. Well, communication is key.
Right.
It took me a long time to figure that out.
Yeah. Yeah. Talking never hurts.
Yeah. It doesn't hurt to be like, what do you want?
Right.
Like what it's like in all walks of life.
Right.
That's everything.
Yeah. Yeah, just write down your top 3 most wanted things, and we can go through it.
That's a good move, to write it down.
Yeah, and it's never a bad thing to even watch your own game film with the other person. Like sit down and well, you can go. I mean, you're learning, right?
That'd be insane.
Like I would like you a little higher here. Like, you know what I mean? Like
get a pointer.
Can you get in the slot a little deeper there?
Yeah, I mean that's a good way to go about it.
You know what I mean? You just sit down and it's just like, back in the day, watching film it with your D coach.
I mean, I would guarantee you people do that.
Now you're her D coach.
Ooh.
Yeah,
you get the pointer out. You say,
right.
I didn't like what you did here. Like when you switch to this position. Yeah.
Right. I would like you just to hold and maybe blow some snow there. And, let me come over the top and shadow you.
Okay. Speaking of snow, Buffalo, Vancouver, New York, Boston are all cities we want to go to. People keep asking me, but I just don't know when we're going to get them done. This is a hockey show.
Yeah, I mean, we're grinding through just different things on the business side.
Yeah, we're trying to grind through. Yeah, people keep asking. Like, I don't want to be. This hood keeps falling off. I don't want to be rude, but we don't know when the live shows are going to be because we're still working on it from our side of things. But chat, get that chat fired up. We'll go to the chat soon. Questions, comments, concerns. Are you mad at your chick? What, is your mom, is your dad not in your life? What's going on with you guys?
I just want to say one thing on the hockey front.
I mean, we are a hockey show.
This is a hockey show. And I just want to address one thing in maybe an hour of what we've been talking about. And I don't know how the Vancouver faithful feels about this, but let me just say something here. If you're the Aquilinis and the owners of the Vancouver Canucks, if you're Jim Rutherford, if you're Patty Elvine, just be cognizant and careful what you're going to move JT Miller for, is all I'm going to say. You move that guy out of town, and the alleged trade coming back from the Rangers, I mean, what a dog shit offer that was. It's like Philip Hedl, who's, no disrespect, is one concussion away from being out of hockey.
One concussion away working at Chili's, yeah.
Ryan Lindgren, who is a serviceable number 4 defenseman, but plays with Adam Fox. So what is he without him? It's kind of like the girl, it's like the guy that's dating the girl that's way out of his league. What is he without her? So that, I would be careful with that. And then it was like a prospect. That ain't going to cut it for JT Miller. JT Miller is a guy that had almost 100 points 2 years ago, and he's a fucking dog. And he's a guy in that locker room that is the only old school sandpaper-like guy that's going to will you over the finish line. You can't have too many nice guys, and you need a fucking dog like that. And if you get rid of him, Rob, all I'm going to say is good luck.
Lindgren also gets banged up a lot because he puts himself in tough situations. He gets hit a lot. He blocks a lot of shots. That's something that I think Vancouver could use, but as far as trade value goes, I don't know, man. And Hedl, God bless this kid, bro.
Oh.
I hope he can get through that. Dude, what if a guy like Hedl just said, you know what, I'm going to take a full year off? Do you think that's stupid? Because he's not Crosby. Crosby can get away with that.
Yeah, I mean, he's almost taken a full year off. And at what point are you going to risk your own chin for the betterment of your life? I mean, listen, you love the game. You want to play in the NHL. That is your dream. But it's like this kid, man, I don't know. Like, again, he's one hit away from probably being done.
And it sucks, man, because there's guys in the league that are going to go after his chin on purpose.
100%.
That's just how it is.
100%.
People don't think that's how the NHL is. It's very much like that. I didn't play there, but you could attest to this. If guys know you're hurt, they're going to do shit to hurt you. It's a dog-eat-dog league. You have to be valuable. If you take out somebody's top player, that's a good thing.
Yes. And if you know a guy has a weak chin or concussion history, and guys might not do it in the regular season, but if you get to the playoffs and you know that, you're going to finish high.
Oh, my God.
Because you're going to get away with a little bit more. You're going to finish with the elbow. You're going to finish with maybe just catch him a little higher on the collarbone, and then his head pops back and it hits the glass. And that's when you see a lot of those concussions, because hitting the glass that is cemented into the ice is inevitable. So I don't know. I mean, if you're a guy like Hedl, I don't know, man. Like, obviously the kid, if he can get up to form and play well and get back to a level of injury-free hockey, and you're not walking on eggshells out there, I think he could be pretty good. But that's a lot of what ifs. I'm just saying that's not your guy if you're trading JT Miller. That shouldn't be the forward coming back. And I don't even know if I want Lafon Ferda.
No, not really.
You know what I mean? Like, would you take Aoki, Zibanejad over those guys?
I think he needs to change his scene.
That's what I mean. Like,
for sure. The Rangers are.
He seems like he could fit in with the culture in Vancouver. He kind of looks a little Asian.
Yeah, there's a lot of Asians
I mean?
over there. He has a little tint to him.
That's
He's
what I'm
little, soy sauce, kind of. I don't want to say fortune cookie. That's too racist, but he has a little something.
Yeah, he's got a little yellow tint.
Like if you saw, you know how those Asian dudes like Aoki, they could put their hair up and
the bun.
Like picture Zibanejad with like chopsticks.
Yes,
he's basically Asian.
Chopsticks on a DJ set.
Does he have any good tunes? I've actually never listened to him.
Zibanejad?
Yeah,
they're all right.
How do you feel in the league? Like, let's say when you were in the league, how do you feel when guys have very public side hobbies like that? Like, for example, you have Matt Duchene.
Never travels without the
Guitar. Zibanejad, DJ. I think Adam Fox has like a bagels company.
Trouba likes to throw himself into paintings.
Trouba
calls them abstract.
Trouba's somehow a liberal, which is crazy.
Yep. Because his wife is.
Oh, really? Is that what it is? Who else has like a side hobby in the NHL that's very public? Tyler Seguin spiking drinks out of my hand in nightclubs 10 years ago.
Yeah, there's guys that are involved in various different fashion industries.
Oh, there's one guy, Casey DeSmith, golf disc or frisbee golf or whatever.
Yeah, I don't mind it.
You don't care? Like no one hits on them for that or no?
Well, if you're playing frisbee golf, I just ask your on a steady dose of mushrooms, you're not doing that sober, because then I'm gonna call you a pussy.
Okay.
I'll probably judge you.
So like, what about a guy like?
Aoki?
Yeah, like what about a guy like Aoki?
Yeah, I mean, Swedish guy. He has Iranian roots, so he's like half Iranian, half Swedish. He grew up kind of snapping it around in the nightclubs. I don't mind that. Like, he's in New York. Let him do his thing.
Yeah, I think that's cool.
I think that's
actually.
cool.
Like I used to make fun of Duchesne, but like in not like actually try to make fun of him, just make fun of the fact that his guitar is always with him on the road.
It's crazy that
I think it's cool.
Yeah, I mean, it's crazy. Like, he will sacrifice, because you do get 2 check bags on an NHL bird, and you can bring whatever you want on. It's crazy that Dutchie will actually sacrifice on road trips to go with the smaller Toomey to bring his guitar.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
So. Oh, that's a good thing for the fans out there, because this is a hockey show. Like, I didn't realize. It never occurred to me how many carry-ons are you allowed to bring on the team plane.
Yeah, like, I mean, I don't know if you'd want me telling this, but again, we always dox guys on here.
Yep, that's business.
Uppy would always, on longer road trips, especially when he was single, he would pack his own suitcase, and then he would have a separate suitcase for all of his sex toys.
Okay.
Just for whatever he was going to do, on those targeted cities.
He's probably not going to like that you said that, but that's a kind of a creative one.
Yeah. No, I don't think he would care. No. I don't think he'd care.
Yeah, that's a creative one. Never thought about that.
Yeah. No, there's just, I mean, it's lonely out there, right?
Yeah, it is. Especially what's the longest road trip NHL guys go on? 2 weeks?
Probably 2 weeks.
Little less than 2 weeks?
Yeah. Yeah, 14 days probably.
Were you the type of guy that would buy shit when you land, or like, is that only for guys that are making like 8 in a hook?
Yeah, I would be buying stuff for sure.
Would you?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, because Kells lands and he buys like fucking like Fendi coats and shit.
Yeah, I remember one of the dumbest decisions I ever made was I went to Holt Renfrew, which is basically Canadian Nordstrom's or Neiman Marcus. And I went in there in Vancouver and I bought a pair of Louis Vuitton dress shoes. And I was like, they were whatever, $2,000. And I was wearing them around the Canadian swing. And I basically just ruined them because all the salt in all of these cities.
Oh.
And I could never like dust them off to the point of them looking clean again. Like, I got them shined. I cleaned them myself. I Googled how to, just completely ruined these shoes because I just thought I was nasty walking into the game about to play 10 minutes.
I would have a hard time not spending money on the road.
Yeah.
I would have a real hard time. You get that big pay stub. And even if you're on a league minimum or rookie deal or whatever the fuck, you're just the lifestyle. Like, you're on the plane. You're at the Four Seasons. You're doing the best shit. There's fucking the hottest girls are around. You know what I mean? I would just be balling out of control.
I mean, even if you're on league min or you're on an entry level, like every 2 weeks, you're still getting like 40 grand.
Yeah, that's a decent clip.
No, and by the time you throw half of it up your nose and do whatever else, like, and then you're hanging around guys making 5 million, so you think you're making 5 million too.
Yeah, I mean, you know what?
Pretty cool.
I would go at least one time. Let's say I was in the NHL, I would go crazy in the casino for at least one of the Vegas games.
Yeah,
like let's say you had a big win or whatever, I would put like half my game check on the line, maybe even the whole thing.
You know what I thought was pretty cool too was these guys even on entry levels or making like $1 million on a bridge deal is like set aside like 10 to 20 at the end of the year to treat yourself for a Rolex. Like, don't spend too big during the year. I always thought that was cool. Joel Edmondson always used to do that. He wouldn't spend much during the season, but at the end of the year, he would reward himself after the playoffs and be like, you know what, I'm going to get a nice watch.
That's a nice little gift too. No, that is cool.
And but he wouldn't go crazy during the year. He would save it for the end. He'd be like, okay, this is my one thing I'm going to give to myself. I always thought that was pretty cool because, like, fuck, like, you still got to remind yourself like what you're playing for, and playing the National League, you got to enjoy the fruits of it.
For sure. That's like when I was on that sick DraftKings contract in 2015. Like, I bought a Rolex. I had no money. I spent the whole thing, but I was like, damn, like I can't believe I'm on this contract for DraftKings right now for $42K.
It's only up from here. Yeah, I'm going to spend 20 right now, and they actually haven't paid me because this is on a net 90. But I'm going to go right now and buy this Rolex.
Yeah, and
that's
then
be smart.
I had to pay so many back taxes because I didn't pay taxes, and then I didn't know.
Right,
back taxes came in, and I was like, I spent all that, so I had to get on a payment plan, and then I settled it. But learning experience, this is 11 years ago.
Right.
It's not like anyone told me what to do.
No, I mean, it was only 5 months ago, but
yeah. But yeah, that's a cool one. I would definitely treat myself a little bit. You have to, man. Like, why hoard?
Game's too hard.
I know a guy in the league. Yeah, the game is too hard. I know a guy in the league where I'm actually not going to say his name because I don't feel comfortable doxing him. But he's like so conservative with his money that his girlfriend bought him Louis Vuitton luggage because she's like, "Can you just get some nice luggage?" Because he
Yeah.
wouldn't buy anything nice for himself. And his girlfriend's like, "I'm gonna take this into my hands." I think she bought it with her own money.
Really? Well,
Yeah.
good. If she did buy with her own money, good for her.
Yeah, I think she did. And
Yeah.
she's like, "You're in the NHL, like
You're the
get better
national.
luggage. Like, why are you lugging around this whatever the hell he was, this fucking, I don't even know
Yeah.
that bag over there. I
Eddie
don't know.
Bauer.
Yeah. Yeah. Like, why do you have an LL Bean backpack?
Right.
You're in the NHL making $4.5 million a year.
Why do you have a JanSport backpack with granola stains on it?
And why are your initials on it?
Where did you get this?
How long have you had this?
Did you get this at REI? Where did you get this?
Yeah. Welcome
Gander
into
Mountain?
Hockey Night in Scottsdale. We are a hockey show. We got 70 people in the chat. Pretty good. I think we've had a steady 70 in here. It's pretty good for us.
That is good.
Folks,
Folks, what up out there, baby?
what's going on out there, everyone? We're going to take some questions, comments, concerns. Should we do that now or 50 minutes in?
Yeah, why not? Fuck it.
We actually did talk a little bit of hockey.
Which is pretty good
right?
for us. Yeah.
What else is going on? I just pulled up Instagram, and this is how addicting this shit is. I went to go hit the ESPN app, and Instagram was right there, and my
Right.
finger like flinched and hit it.
Yeah. Well, you have to check, make sure there's no stories you haven't seen yet out there.
Yeah.
And the classic, like, oh, maybe I just did get that one follow from that girl I followed 4 weeks ago. That's always a good feeling.
I haven't followed a girl in forever.
Really?
Yeah, I haven't.
You've been making any cuts of unfollowing people?
No, I've kind of just been. I haven't really been on Instagram that much.
Yeah.
I really haven't. I just need a break.
Yeah.
But
That's
anyway,
good.
yeah. I mean, I don't know. Maybe I should follow more girls on Instagram. I want to be one of those guys that just follows all OnlyFans girls. Like those guys are so nails.
It's pretty sick when guys just with 200 followers. It doesn't even really matter. Who gives a fuck about how many people you're following you anyway? So that was just a dumb comment. But it's so cool when guys just like chicks pics with like she's got like 20 million followers.
Like dudes will just have girlfriends and they'll be liking OnlyFans girls' pictures.
It's pretty sick. It's like, dude, we know you tugged to that, and your girl knows that too. Because why did you feel the need to like that? You think she's actually going to see that?
Yeah.
And does she really want to see your corporate mugshot on there from, I don't know, Cushman Wakefield?
Yeah, I did that one time when I was blacked out. And I like rattled this girl, and I actually was blacked out. Like if I'm sober, I'm not liking OnlyFans girls pictures
Right.
and shit. Just I don't like anything. It's not. I have nothing against OnlyFans girls at all. Get your money, good for you. But dudes will be like diabolical with it. Like they will be just liking every single Instagram girl's pictures, hoping she looks at their name.
That's what I used to love about Twitter too, because it would show people you followed and what they liked. And it'd always be like horny old guys liking like knockoff OnlyFans accounts. It's like, dude, do you know that's like a bot, bro? That's like an AI generated pussy, right?
Oh,
there.
it's
just
all
like,
girls in it. It's all guys in India.
yeah. It's like, dude, what are you doing? And it's noon on a Monday. How horny are you? What are you doing?
Yeah, it is crazy though. If you pay for OnlyFans, you're talking to a dude, like a huge Jamaican guy.
Yeah.
Who's like doing the dirty talking that you're paying for, because there's no way the girl has time to go through and talk to all the guys.
No, you're sexting a dude somewhere off the coast of Montenegro.
That's kind of nails. Someone said that couch is literally made of pillows. Yeah, there are a lot of pillows on this couch, but should we go to the questions?
Yeah, why not?
All right, we'll go to the questions here, folks. Who gets the wild card spots in the East? I don't even know.
I mean, the East is a literal toss-up. You're talking about Detroit. You have Ottawa. You have the Boston Bruins. There's a lot of teams in there. And Kyle Dubas recently said that he's going to fire sale his Pittsburgh Penguins. So I think they'll be out of the mix. Sucks for Crosby that way. But I don't know. I would say Detroit's going to sneak in that way. And I don't know if it's the Strangers. I'm going to go with maybe Montreal. But Montreal, they're in a spot right now.
Yeah.
Ottawa? Fuck it.
Ottawa would be sick.
I don't know.
Sorry for the lighting, guys. The lighting, it got dark out, and I'm gonna grab lighting from the shitty studio just to bring it in. I didn't think about that. The sun going down, the lighting sucks. But yeah, how long should you be dating a girl before you have to do Valentine's Day together? Oh, damn, man. 6 months?
Yeah, I was gonna say a year.
Yeah. It's got to be.
I mean, the thing is once you cave to one of these holidays and or events, it's only going to get pricier for you. It's just how it goes. So when you start off, whenever you decide on what holiday you're going to go with, whether it's Valentine's Day, her birthday, Christmas. There's so much different shit. Martin Luther King Day. You have to go in and it has to start small because then you can build up the blocks. If you go up way up to the top and try to impress her right to the penthouse, now you're always going to have to outdo yourself. And buddy, you're playing a game of catch up and that game sucks. And you know what? The next time you do it, maybe you don't do it to that standard. And she actually turns around on your chin and says, you don't love me as much. No, baby, I just have $0 in my checking account right now.
I mean, girlfriends are expensive.
They're so expensive.
I don't blame them. I mean, if you're bouncing on my hose, like, Jesus Christ, you deserve everything you can get. I'll say it again. Get down to District of Columbia for a live show. We do some serious numbers. Yeah, man. If Lil Baby once said, what did he say in that one song? He's like, I don't care where I go as long as I get paid. As long as like we can get paid and sell tickets, like, yeah, we'll go.
Where would be a spot in DC?
Where?
I've played a few games there. I don't really know the Washington DC area other than the downtown, and that was kind of ghetto, if I'm gonna be honest.
Yeah, it's ghetto. I saw a guy get hit on a motorcycle in DC.
That's pretty cool.
Yeah, it was actually pretty cool. I called 911. They said we already got a call about this.
We can't.
And I was like, well, that was quick because I was one of the first ones to see it.
Right. We have to do other things in this town, and good luck to that guy. Okay,
we have another question about chicks. Guys, this is a hockey show, people. Guys, back with another girlfriend comment. Little context. My girl's a 9. I'm a 6. Couple weeks back, I mentioned it's hard to match with a girl who's so much hotter than yours. How high is it? Than yours, freak, but I have and I love it. What?
Who is this?
My girl's a 9, but then it says 2, I'm a 6. 2, I'm a 6, and
2 to hook, and I'm a 6.
This guy's putting comments. This guy's typing in cursive.
This guy is drunk as a skunk on a Tuesday. So what he's saying is that he's a 6, she's a 9, and it's hard to connect, or it's
hard to. He's saying it's hard to find a girl that is hotter than you,
that respects you.
Wait, it's hard to match a girl who's so much hotter than yours, freak. But I don't understand. Is this in Portuguese? Read this.
Guys, back with another girlfriend comment. Little context. My girl's a 9. 9.2. I'm a 6. Couple weeks back, I mentioned it's hard to match a girl who's so much hotter than yours, freak. But I have, and I love it.
He's saying you can't match her freak?
Or she can't match your freak.
I don't know. Freak is getting matched right now. Are you the freak?
Who are you trying to do butt stuff? What are you saying?
And now he's saying it's really hard getting freaky with my girl because 2 rooms over, it's her dad, and he played in the show. Are you dating a 16-year-old? Why is she home with her dad? And who is it?
Why don't you just throw her through the drywall and see what happens? Respectfully.
Why is she? How old are you? All right. Why is Kyle Dubas still employed?
I ask that every day because he has really nice glasses.
You were gonna say I ask that every day of my life.
I ask that every single day. Why is he still employed though? Just because he wears nice glasses and he won an AHL championship and he was a stick boy for the Sault Ste. Marie Greyhounds in 2004. Why does Dubas have respectfully, Kyle Dubas is a guy that traded for me. He told me in a backdoor meeting, not that kind where he stuck it up my butt, but in a backdoor meeting in the summer while I was still with the St. Louis Blues, he was going to trade for me in 2019. He held up his end of the bargain and did that. So I always liked Dubas in that way. But how does this guy get 6 times 6? How does this guy still have a job? That is so much money to give a guy that's never been past the second round of the playoffs.
Because he's in the old boys club, dude.
How is he in the old boys club though? He's like 37.
Dude, once you get in the NHL, you're just fucking in. Yeah, but it's so hard to get out. You got to be Mike. You got to be Mike Babcock and look at guys' butt pics.
I get that, but how do you just get 6 times 6 when you're totally unproven? I get that he is going to have a job in the old boys club, but how is it not like a 4 times 4 for that GM? That's again young, unproven, and just because he wears a nice set of Warby Parker glasses,
yeah.
How does he just get the keys to the city, man? It's crazy. And he knew, I got to get out of Toronto because number 1, Shanahan makes all the calls here. And number 2, I got this Fenway Sports deal giving me 6 times 6 to go manage and be the president of the Pittsburgh Penguins. And then trade for a guy like Eric Carlson, which was a terrible move. And then bring in guys like Tristan Jarry, who he signed at 5 times 5.3, and then send him down to the minors. Like, what is the Doobie plan? Is Doobie just smoking dope back there? I kind of respect it.
I don't know, but this is a lot of hockey talk. This is a hockey show, baby. So speaking of hockey, Swiss, what was your go-to pregame music? It's a good question.
Yeah, I never wanted to be one of those guys that had the AirPods in because I always wanted to be chatting. I wanted to be the funny guy in the locker room, keep everyone loose. It kept me loose. So I never really cared as long as it wasn't like heavy techno. Preferably, we would have been bumping like Lil Baby, rap, that kind of, maybe some old school 2000s rap mixed in with some old school rock and roll. I always liked that flow, kind of like that. In the mornings at pregame skate, it was always country. So I liked just the mix between rock and roll and rap. And on the good teams, we had that. On the bad teams, it was like hardcore techno, and I just hated that. So I'd honestly just go sit in the training room and just kind of hang out with those dudes and, talk about getting high and different shit.
Can you guys review my Hinge profile so I can actually get a match? I mean, I'm not good. I mean, I'm like the last guy you should ask that. I don't know. Maybe
yeah, you should send it in.
You can send it in though. Like,
send it in.
DM us
on
Instagram.
We'll do the review. Send your profile, DM one of us or the Hockey Night account, and we'll do a full-on review of your Hinge profile, and we'll kind of just go through it step by step to maybe get you a bunk.
Yeah, that'll be actually a pretty cool segment of the show. We are here to get our audience a bunk. Thank you for dealing with our shitty lighting. That's my bad, dude. I'll get the light. I know I already said this, blah, blah, blah. What is the correct course of action to take if you wake up in a chick's apartment and she has a tapestry on the wall? What is that? Is that like that blanket thing that like chicks that do anal have?
I have no idea.
What is tapestry?
I've never seen that.
I think it's like girls that go to hookah bars have it.
Oh, really?
Like it's that thing, like it's like a quilt.
Oh yeah, and they kind of hang it down for vibes.
Yes. It's like girls that get like a little bit too into mushrooms.
Girls that have done acid trips more than once to Joshua Tree.
Yeah, I don't know, but we got to get a car.
I would say just get the fuck out of there.
Yeah, just leave. Just call it Waymo.
Look on your maps and find the nearest Denny's. Regroup.
Okay, Zenon also said, fellas, she's 19, I'm 20. Okay, I didn't know this kid was that young, but I'm just saying I'm not sure how to get freaky without scaring her away because she's that much hotter than me. Well, I don't understand why this is a problem.
Well, she's with you for a reason right now.
Like, what do you mean get freaky? Like, what are you trying to do? Trying to like tie her up in the basement? Like, I don't understand what you're trying to do. Right. What are you trying to do, I guess?
Are you going full Rihanna where chains and whips excite you? I would say, buddy, there's a reason. I would say there's a reason she's with you right now. You have her fooled, clearly. And number two, while you have her fooled and she's into you, you should theoretically be able to do whatever you guys mutually agree on. And I would say just present it in a caring way. Be confident about it. And confidence always bleeds into whatever you want to explore, my friend. The world is your oyster. Your oyster happens to be, like you said, a Central Scouting 9.2. So good luck out there, fella. All the best.
Yeah. Early season playoff predictions. This is a hockey show. Who will be in the conference finals on each side? I'm going to say Colorado, Vegas, and I'm going to say Washington, Toronto. Toronto's good, bro.
Toronto is good. We'll see how they are come playoff time. I'm going to go Vegas, Edmonton, and Florida, Toronto.
Okay. Okay, we're going to take one more here. What do you think about Bezos' wife with a bolt-on rack and Zuckerberg taking a look at it? I think that really actually made me like Mark Zuckerberg because I didn't really know if he was an actual human. Yeah. And when he looked at Jeff Bezos' wife's tits, I'm like, oh, okay. Like this dude, I'd have a beer with him.
Yeah, Dirty Sanchez, something to be said about her too, going to the inauguration right into the chin of DC with nothing but a blazer and lingerie is sneaky hot as hell.
It is cool. I like when chicks do that. Like they're just confident enough. Like, I'm going to flaunt my rack. I don't care if we're at a funeral or the inauguration or Chili's.
Most ladies are going to opt to the turtleneck that day. Sanchez says, you know what? I have a little Latina in me. I've worked and paid for this rack. I can do anything I want.
Yeah, I like that Zuckerberg took a peek.
Yeah. And I think that Sanchez is kind of like that old lady in Wedding Crashers, where I think she would let anyone feel him and fondle him if you asked. And honestly, she's probably putting it out there. She probably let Trump touch him.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing about girls that have fake tits.
Right. They want people to see him, and they also want people other than their husbands to touch them.
Yeah, it's also like when girls get their like if my girlfriend, I don't have a girlfriend right now, but if my girlfriend got her nipples pierced and went on a trip, she might cheat, but I would be a little bit nervous like she's going to be showing those things off.
Yeah.
I don't blame her.
No.
But I would just be like, try to show them off to like the bus boy or something. Like, don't show them off to like a dude that's hitting on you.
Yeah.
Show them off to somebody that's like,
and even just with the fake rack too, like if you're the guy that pays for him, like you theoretically, like you want to get your money's worth too, and she should be showing them off. And if there is a going rate to feel them up or fondle them, like man, that ultimately goes back into your pocket too. So if there is, $100 a grab, like think about that too. It's just business.
Yeah, Zenon Konopka's girlfriend, he's saying that her dad is a sneaky Sens legend and his jersey's retired. Can we find out?
Well, I mean, it's Spezza, Alfredson, who the Senators were like
that Chris Neal.
Yeah, Nealer. I think his jersey is retired.
Chat says Chris Neal. He should be, bro. Didn't he have like 1,500 games or something?
The hard way.
Alfie, who has a daughter that's like 20.
It has to be Neal, Alfie. Spezza's number's not retired. I mean,
Wade Redden, he's not retired. He sent his ass down.
The Senators, they've only been around since like the mid 90s,
which is kind of crazy.
Yeah.
But all right, guys, this guy goes, this dude is piping. Piping is hilarious way to say that you're fornicating.
Yeah.
Piping. Like, it's so ruthless. This girl is piping Chris Neal's daughter, worried about getting freaky because he'll pound him. No diddy.
Yeah.
Yeah, guys, when this video drops, which is right now, please go comment. We'll do another giveaway. Comment the I'm fired up thing was hilarious. Right when we end the stream, it'll be on our YouTube page. Go there, like the video, subscribe, and comment anything you want. And we're going to pick somebody to give a chin hat to.
Yeah, comment who you're currently piping. Just say a name or like
say a first name.
Say piping Jenny. Piping Darcy.
I think the algorithm might like detect that. As
okay, so
like
maybe don't just something. Yeah, maybe just say the name.
Yeah, just say a chick's name.
Say a chick's name, and it doesn't even have guys. Or dudes. Yeah.
Or if you're piping a dude, just say I'm piping.
Piping Bruce.
Don't say piping. Don't say piping.
Just say Bruce.
Just comment someone's name that you've whacked in the comments and like the video and subscribe. We're close to 2,000 subscribers, which is kind of big for the boys.
Comment the girl's name you lost your virginity to.
Ooh, that's a good one.
Adrian. Fuck. That was a good one.
I opened up Instagram. It's just straight ass.
Yeah. This is a hockey show, though, by the way. We did talk about hockey tonight, which is cool.
We talked a lot about hockey.
We talked about like
more than usual.
Too much hockey, I think.
Yeah, I don't really think that. Yeah. All right, guys. HockeyNightScottStuff.shop. Listen, we're gonna post a schedule every Sunday or Monday on what we're gonna do, so you guys can be more in tune to when we're going live. I think that helped with this show. Fuck, we had 80 people in here the whole time, pretty much, which is good for us. And no, chat. We're not saying comment it right now. We're saying when we end this video and the YouTube goes up, comment on the YouTube video, not the stream. Yep. So you'll be able to comment right when we end the stream. So what else do we have to plug? Everyone send us a prayer.
Yep. HockeyNightScottsdale.shop. Again, it's looking like what we released last night. We're going to be going live. It'll be an audio only Thursday. Hopefully that's a road trip edition like you guys loved a couple of weeks ago. So just pending a couple different things on that front. Friday, we will be live regardless. So check in on that. Again, HockeyNightScottsdale.shop. Go check it out. And as well, go comment once this video is posted on YouTube, and we will be giving away a chin hat, the gal's name that you lost your virginity to. So we'll be giving away a chin hat for that. We're giving away something probably every show just for the people. Go like, subscribe, tell your buddies. Obviously, Bobby Gucci does a great job cutting the clips, so go over to Hockey Night Scottsdale on our Instagram and X profiles. We love you. We're building it low and slow. We'll be coming to a city near you. And that's it, Gooch. That's Tuesday, baby.
Merch ships within the next week or so. Hang tight. And we don't have any sponsors. And also, we're ending